Communities all over our nation have a lot to offer, some good, some bad. But one thing they all have in common is statistics. If you're looking for a quick profile on a community of interest, you've found the right spot. Welcome to Living in America. Raleigh, North Carolina. It's a city shaped by oak-lined streets, thriving research hubs, and a culture that blends history with momentum. Today, we explore the details that make Raleigh stand out, starting with the income needed to live here in 2026. In Raleigh, income requirements have changed fast. The city still attracts newcomers from across the country, especially from higher-cost states. But living comfortably now requires far more income than many people expect. The median household income sits around $86,000, yet housing costs continue climbing across much of the metro area. Financial analysts now estimate that renting comfortably often requires household earnings near $70,000 annually. Buying a typical Raleigh home may require closer to $100,000 or more. For many residents, Raleigh no longer feels like a low-cost southern city. Instead, it's becoming a competitive economy where higher wages increasingly determine long-term affordability, neighborhood choice, and overall quality of life. Raleigh's cost of living has shifted noticeably in recent years. Overall, consumer prices now sit slightly above the national average. That includes housing, transportation, healthcare, and everyday shopping. Housing remains one of the largest financial pressures locally. Home prices climbed rapidly during the migration surge. Rents also increased across much of the metro area. Transportation costs continue rising as regional growth expands outward. Longer commutes and heavier traffic now affect many residents daily. Healthcare and service costs have also moved higher recently. Still, Raleigh remains more affordable than many large coastal metros. In Raleigh, home values now typically range between about $435,000 and $500,000. Prices continue climbing fastest in higher demand neighborhoods near major job centers and newer development corridors. But the market no longer moves at the frantic pace seen during 2021 and 2022. Conditions in 2026 appear more balanced overall. In Wake County, homes now spend roughly 74 days on the market before selling. That gives many buyers more time to compare neighborhoods, negotiate pricing, and avoid rushed decisions. Crime trends in Raleigh remain mixed, depending on where you live. Violent crime sits around 489 incidents for every 100,000 residents. Property crime is much more common. Rates reach roughly 2,800 incidents per 100,000 people. Still, those numbers do not tell the whole story. Crime levels can shift sharply between neighborhoods, even within short driving distances. Some areas report relatively low crime year after year. Others continue seeing more theft, break-ins, and violent offenses. Compared with several major southern metro areas, though, Raleigh still reports lower overall crime levels in many categories. Raleigh's climate is divided into 4 distinct seasons, without the extremes seen farther north. Summers usually turn hot and humid by July and August, while winters stay relatively mild for most of the year. Average daytime temperatures sit near 71 degrees annually. Overnight lows average around 48 degrees. Raleigh also receives frequent rainfall throughout the year, with annual precipitation reaching roughly 45 inches. Snowfall happens occasionally, but major winter storms remain fairly uncommon. Raleigh's education system extends far beyond its major universities. The city also benefits from several highly rated public school districts across the broader Wake County area. Wake County Public Schools remains one of the largest school systems in the country. Many schools consistently perform above state averages in testing and graduation rates. The region also operates several magnet and early college programs focused on science, technology, engineering, and advanced academics. That pipeline connects closely with the broader Research Triangle economy. North Carolina State University operates directly inside Raleigh and supports major research activity across engineering, biotechnology, and computer science. Together, these schools attract researchers, engineers, software developers, and medical professionals from across the country. Many graduates remain in the region after finishing school. As a result, Raleigh consistently reports education levels above national averages. Raleigh continues standing out as one of the Southeast's stronger job markets. Technology remains one of the region's largest employment sectors. Tech companies like IBM, Cisco, and Lenovo employ approximately 18,000 tech-trained Raleigh residents, while at the same time research firms and data centers continue expanding across the metro. Healthcare also plays a major economic role, supported by large hospital systems and medical research institutions. Biotechnology remains another major driver, especially near research campuses and laboratory hubs. Education and finance continue adding thousands of professional jobs as well. In addition, major universities help feed the workforce pipeline year after year. That combination keeps attracting highly educated workers from across the country. Long-term job growth projections for the Triangle region also continue outperforming many parts of the United States. Even as parts of the national economy begin slowing down, Raleigh continues expanding. The Triangle remains one of the fastest-growing regions in the United States. Research Triangle Park remains a major economic engine. Unemployment still sits near 3%, lower than many parts of the country. Large pharmaceutical investments in Durham and Holly Springs are also reinforcing the region's growing role in advanced manufacturing and life sciences. At the same time, Raleigh continues attracting new residents from higher-cost states, supported by major universities and a highly educated workforce that keeps fueling long-term business growth across the metro. Healthcare remains one of Raleigh's strongest advantages. Residents have access to several major healthcare systems, including UNC Health, Duke Health, and WakeMed. Together, they provide a broad range of primary, specialty, and advanced medical services. The Triangle is also home to nationally recognized teaching and research hospitals. That helps attract physicians, researchers, and healthcare professionals from across the country. Healthcare remains a major source of stable employment throughout the region. Combined with the area's biotechnology and pharmaceutical sectors, healthcare plays a significant role in Raleigh's long-term economic strength. Getting around Raleigh depends heavily on where you live. Outside the urban core, most daily errands still require a car. As the region continues growing, commute times have gradually increased across many corridors. Closer to downtown, the picture changes. Inner neighborhoods offer better walkability, connected greenways, and easier access to parks and local destinations. Raleigh also benefits from RDU Airport, which remains one of the region's most important transportation assets for both business and leisure travel. Not all neighborhoods in Raleigh offer the same lifestyle. Some areas emphasize walkability, entertainment, and convenience, while others focus more on space and suburban living. Downtown Raleigh and North Hills stand out for residents who value convenience and accessibility. Both areas offer walkable access to dining, shopping, entertainment, and employment. Downtown provides the city's most urban environment, while North Hills combines suburban comfort with a growing mixed-use district. Together, they represent some of Raleigh's strongest options for a more connected lifestyle. For those seeking more space and a traditional suburban setting, Raleigh offers several neighborhoods that fit the bill. Areas like Outer North Raleigh and Far Southeast Raleigh provide newer housing, quieter residential streets, and strong access to parks and schools. The trade-off is greater dependence on a car for most daily activities. Living in America's walkability scores highlight major differences across Raleigh neighborhoods. Downtown Raleigh leads the city in the mid-80s, while North Hills and Midtown follow near 80 out of 100. Outer North Raleigh and Far Southeast Raleigh score closer to 40, reflecting a more car-dependent lifestyle. Raleigh continues to attract new residents and businesses, driven by a strong job market and an expanding technology sector. The city benefits from major universities nearby, helping supply skilled workers and research activity. Mild winters and well-established healthcare systems add to its appeal, while steady population growth supports new investment across the region. But growth also brings challenges. Housing costs have been rising, making affordability a growing concern for some households. Traffic congestion has become more noticeable as development spreads outward, and many areas outside the urban core remain heavily dependent on cars. Summers are often hot and humid, which can be a drawback for newcomers. Some neighborhoods also face crime concerns, though conditions vary widely by location. Raleigh's biggest challenge may be keeping roads, utilities, and public services aligned with the pace of growth itself. Thanks for watching this focused look at Raleigh, North Carolina. Consider watching the other city guides on the channel and leave a like and subscribe. This is Living in America, and I'll see you in the next city.